you're here. I'm so excited to have a sleepover with you tonight. To tell you the truth, I just feel so much safer around you, and for a while now I was thinking, because I usually have kind of a bit of insomnia, I thought, well, if you were here with me, I'd be able to get to sleep much easier. So I'm really excited to try it out. And I spent all day cleaning my room, so you have to come up and see. I wanted you to meet all my stuffed animals. So here's the first one. He's a winter hare. Or just a bunny. I don't know. I like his white coat a lot. I named him Snowflake, which I know isn't super original, but I think it fits, so. He's actually one of my newer ones. So, sure, I love him, but I haven't got as much time to grow attached to him as most of my others. So, I'll show you some of them now. I tried to line them up nicely on the bed, but they don't always sit perfectly. Kind of tumble over. They're really soft, so. Here's Kirby. I'm sure he doesn't need an introduction. I just really like Kirby, so I decided to get myself a nice big plush of him. His face is just so cute. And his little red shoes. He is adorable. I've had him for about 2 years now. But I don't usually have him cuddling with me in bed. I'll put him on my bedside table so he can watch over me. 'Cause Kirby's a hero. I know that sounds silly. It's just the little things that I like to tell myself. Sometimes it makes a difference when I'm trying to get to bed. If I'm lying awake, my imagination goes wild, and I start thinking about all these scenarios where horrible things happen, someone breaks into the house, or suddenly a meteor crashes through the ceiling, or something sets on fire. But when I think about how I have all my friends around me to protect me, it calms me down a little bit, even if they're not real. So, some of my other more recent plushes, there's this calico kitten. I named her Dumpling because she's really round, and I think she's adorable, so I thought it would fit. I got her a few months ago, just around the same time I got Snowflake, and then from there, my other most recent plush is, right here. It's a brown pony. I named him Molasses. Yeah, I know horses are supposed to be fast and Molasses is supposed to be slow, but I thought it was a fun name. So those are all the ones from the last year. And then, besides Kirby, some of my other a little older but not super old plushes, I have this polar bear that I actually got as a Christmas present. And I named him Snowball. So I do have Snowflake and Snowball, but it's pretty easy to tell the difference, I think, because the polar bear is so much rounder than the bunny. He's like a ball of snow. You know what I mean? Sorry, I know I'm not the most original with names. And then I also have this bat, and look, in its wings there's wires. You can actually position them differently. I got this one when it was around Halloween, so I named him Spooky. I like to hang him from different stuff by his wings. just because it's kind of cool to see him around my room. And kind of like Kirby, he's my protector in the dark, because bats can use echolocation to see what's around them, which means no matter how dark it is in the room, he knows when something's there. Alright, moving on to some of my older plushes. Over here is Butterscotch. He's a little golden retriever. You know how some plushies have their ears sewn down to their head so that they stay in place? When I got Butterscotch, I really didn't like that. I thought that it hurt him to have his ears sewn down, so I cut the threads, and now they kind of stick up in the air. But I think it's really endearing. It looks super cute. And he's free. I've had him since I was just around middle school age, so it's been a while now. He may be one of my smaller plushes, but I always find myself gravitating towards him when it comes to cuddling something at night. He just fits in my hands really nicely, and I like the way his fur feels against my cheek. It's just so cozy. Moving on. This one is Starlight. It's a dragon. I really like her. She's not the most comfy to cuddle with because her fabric is really glittery and a bit tough, and she doesn't really have fur, but she's just gorgeous. I love putting her on my windowsill. She's looking out at the moon. It's part of the reason I named her Starlight. That and the way the light shines off of her. She was actually given to me by my grandma, because my grandma knows that I really like fantasy and that I like plushies, so she combined the two interests. Now that my grandma's passed away, Starlight's kind of one of my more important plushies. So I try and keep her in as best condition as I can, and out of harm's way. You know what I mean? Part of the reason she sits up here on the windowsill. But I've been saving my most precious and prized plushie for last, which should be, where'd they go? I could have sworn I put it right next to, maybe fell on the floor. One sec. No, not here. Maybe... Oh no. This isn't good at all. I get really anxious when I don't know where my plushies are. I have to make sure that they're all safe. 'Cause if something happens to them, then it's my fault. They're my friends, and I can't just do that. Okay, so I guess I'll just tell you about the last one, and maybe you can help me find them. He's a barn owl plushie, and his name is Hoots. I've had him since I was really, really little. And he's about the size of your head, so he's not super small. Kind of hard to misplace. I wonder where I could have put him. I don't mind if you look around my room. Like I said, I did clean it up, so I'll check the closet, I guess, and you look over there in the toy chest, and then we'll move down the hallway. Maybe I left him in another room by accident? Huh. Any luck? Me neither. I really could have sworn I put him on the bed. Alright, let's go down the hall. There's some other places I sometimes forget my plushies. I don't bring them into the bathroom, but sometimes in the sitting room downstairs, if I'm watching TV, then I like to have my plushies with me. So maybe well, let's just check downstairs. I'll take the sitting room. Maybe you check the kitchen, and, we'll go from there. Hoots can't be far off. I never let him out of my sight for too long. Huh? Still nothing? Now I'm really worried. Could something have happened to him? Think. Where could he be? Oh my goodness. Follow me. Here we go. I forgot. Earlier I brought him over to the laundry room because I wanted to give him a tumble in the dryer. That way he'd be nice and warm and cozy. So when you got here I could let you give him a hug. I don't know if he's still warm, but yes, here he is. Safe and sound in the dryer. Well, Hoots, I'd like you to meet someone who's very important to me. Good. Now my two favorite people have finally met each other. Thank you so much for always being kind to me, even if the things I like are really silly, and I know that everyone thinks I'm too old for this stuff, but it makes me really happy, even more so that I know you understand. So thank you. I think I'm gonna sleep really well tonight.